My beautiful Libras. So guys, it's that time again, and this is of course your reading for August 2025. Libra, it's great to be with you. Thank you so much for being here. Now Libra, I saw someone on the phone and their face was all lit up. They were really excited. And then there was silence whilst they were listening to what this person was saying on the other end. And their face fell a little bit and they said, "Oh, okay," as if they weren't sure. When I came out of meditation, Archangel Michael said, there's going to be a very big opportunity or a major development, which is going to be very exciting, but there's a condition attached to this. Okay? So, for instance, it could well be, Libra, that you're offered an amazing position, but it's in another area of the world. You'd actually have to move to a different country. And you're thinking, do I really want to do that? That's a major deal. It could be, Libra, that somebody's ringing you and they're basically saying, we want you to start next week. And you're thinking, oh, God, okay, well, I've kind of got to give a month's notice to my current boss. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get out on time, right? It's a time constraint. It may be, Libra, that it's something familial. It could be that your parents ring you and say, look, Great Aunt Nellie wants to give you her house, but she'd want to live in the house with you and just keep an eye on her because she's getting a lot older, but she wants to sign over her house to you. But you'd sort of have to take care of her as well. And this is you thinking, well, wow, all right, well, I wouldn't have to pay rent or mortgage and I'd be given this beautiful house, but in the nicest sense, I'm going to be Great Aunt Nellie's caretaker until she passes. And even though I'm very fond of Great Aunt Nellie, is it going to be too much for me? You may have kids and a family of your own. You may have an all-consuming career and you're thinking, would it work, right? So Libra, we will find out what this is. The deck that I'm using is the Tarot du Soleil. Everything you need, guys, is down below in the description box. And with that said, Libra, let's just delve in and see what comes through, okay? So Archangel Michael, what do we have for my lovely Libras? This is their reading for August 2025. Yeah, Libra, there's going to be a sort of uprush of excitement. And then the person on the other end is going to say, but just to let you know, you're going to have to accept this, or this is the condition. And you're thinking, oh, all right, well, it's not ideal, but you may still, Libra, consider it, okay? I'm hearing Archangel Uriel and Archangel Ariel are surrounding you and supporting you at this present period of time. Arnold's in the corner. He's scribbling something on a piece of paper. He's turning it around and holding it up to me. It just says, go for it. So Libra, maybe the advice is go for it, even though it's going to bring about change that you may not be comfortable with initially. It might be worth it, Libra. Thank you, Arnold. That card wants to be seen. Alrighty. Let's have a look, guys. Yeah, Knight of Pentacles. So Libra, this might have been a long time coming. You may feel, God, I've waited for this type of opportunity, or I've waited for something amazing to happen in my life. So you are excited, but there's a sense of, can I cope with the condition, right? Yeah, you're not going to know. You may need to find out more. All right, guys. 5 of Coins. You have felt either stressed about money, or you felt a little bit on your own, a bit isolated, you know, me, myself and I. Crossing that is, yeah, somebody's coming in very, very quickly to talk to you. Somebody's coming in very, very quickly, Libra, to put something to you. What do you think about this? But the condition, Libra, may well be you're going to have to move. The Knight of Wands can be uprooting and moving. Or this person may say to you, you're going to have to act fast. I'm going to need an answer in 24 hours, right? In the past, we have the Knight of Swords. You may have had a very straight conversation with someone. You may have put your side to them. After that time, Page of Swords, you might have received a difficult message of truth, which might have meant, Libra, you had to put some kind of dream in the past or some kind of dream on the back burner. In your thoughts, Libra, Ace of Swords, yeah, so a truth is coming out, which may suggest that the cycle that you've been in could come to a close. But Libra, it is your decision. It is your decision. You don't have to take this. You don't have to accept this. You could simply say, well, thank you so much. But actually, given my situation, I just don't think I want to do this. Okay. In the immediate future, Three of Swords. Yeah, Libra, there's going to be some heartbreak. And I'm chuckling, guys, because it's as if, oh my God, this would have been wonderful, but can I cope with the condition that's attached to this? It's as if, oh my goodness, that would have been my dream, but oh, okay, I'm going to have to do this, or I'm going to have to accept that, or you want an answer tomorrow? I mean, you know, you may be thinking it's just too much. It's too much. In your fears, Libra, the Ten of Swords, all right. Feeling, Libra, that if you don't accept this, the other person may feel as if they've given you a gift and you said no, right? Or they've given you the opportunity of moving into something incredible, but you sort of let them down. You're worried, Libra, that if you say no, someone here is going to feel betrayed. This could be you talking to somebody for a long time about, oh my God, I just want to get into that company. Ooh, right? And somebody's managed to get you a position in that company, but they want you to start in 7 days. And you're thinking, oh no, you know, if I turn it down, because they've worked so hard in finding this job for me, you know, finding a position for me in the company, it's going to sound as if I'm not grateful or I'm not appreciative. You may fear that somebody's nose is going to be put out of joint. But Libra, you may be thinking, I just can't move in 7 days. I mean, I've got to give a month's notice for some of you. In the environment, this is the person or company or group of people who are giving you this opportunity. The Hermit could straight up be a Virgo. This is someone who's been doing a lot of soul searching, Libra, and they're moving towards you with this exciting opportunity or with this new development. I don't know, Libra, whether or not you're going to initially feel they're flowering this up. They're making this to be a lot more wonderful than it actually is. And whether or not, if you look closely at this, Libra, what you're going to begin to feel is actually it benefits them, but it doesn't actually benefit me. There may be a tinge of that, guys. Okay. This could be you thinking, well, yes, they're making out as if this would be an incredible opportunity for me, but, you know, are they short of staff? Have they interviewed people and they realise that there's no one who would fit this role except me? So they're making out as if they tailor-made this role for me in particular. Or this could be, for instance, somebody putting a property in your name saying, oh, Libra, great Aunt Nellie's left you her house. And you're thinking, oh my God, you know, she's living in a 4-bedroom house. It's worth a fortune. She's given it to me. But then they may sort of gloss over the condition. Yes, you know, she's getting older and, you know, she's not going to be around for much longer. And, you know, she's very happy for you to move in and the house is yours. And you're thinking, oh, hang on. You said she's happy for me to move in with her. All right. So she needs taken care of, right? You may be feeling as if somebody's glossing over the condition. In your hopes, the Hangman. Hoping, Libra, that if you say no, you're not going to be keeping yourself stuck. But you're also hoping, Libra, that if you say yes, you're not actually going to be in a situation where you're going to be self-sacrificing. Is this going to benefit the other person or the other party or this company a lot more than you? They're making out as if they're kind of doing you a favor. Oh, Libra, this is amazing. I'm pretty sure you'll be so excited about this. But looking at the fine details, Libra, you may not be quite so sure. So you may say to this person, look, I know you want an answer in 24 hours, or I know that I should be very grateful for this or appreciative of this, but can I just sit and think about this for a few days, maybe? You might just put that to this person or company. In the outcome, Libra, the 7 of Pentacles. This is a pretty big deal. You may be looking at your finances. You may be weighing up the pros and cons of this. This could be a job that's being paid twice as much as you're earning now. And you're thinking, wow, that could be a really big hike up, but they want me to start in 7 days or I'm going to have to move and fast to take on this role. It might be, Libra, that you're looking at past mistakes. You may have headed off in a particular direction in life. I'm not going to suggest you left your family behind, but there may be a sense of you took control of your own life and did what you wanted to do. And maybe family felt a little bit left by the roadside for some of you. It may be that something's coming up here, Libra. It's your turn now to take care of someone, or it's your turn now to help the family. And what you're thinking about is, they're offering me something which they're packaging up as being something I've always wanted, something wonderful for me, or a lot of money, or the opportunity of feeling really stable with no worries. But can I cope with the condition attached? Is it really what I want? Or would I rather stay living on the breadline and say to family, look, I'm happy to send you money for somebody to take care of great Aunt Nellie, but I'm not really wanting to move from my little flat and leave my job and move into a 4-bedroom house if I'm going to be the carer, right? It could be something similar, but it might be awkward, Libra, because you may either feel that you should say yes, you may feel obligated, or it might well be, Libra, that you look at this and think, I know what they're doing. They're being strategic. They're making out that this will be wonderful for me when actually they probably know, given me, my lifestyle, where I live, my day-to-day duties and responsibilities, that it's not going to be ideal at all, right? But you may feel sort of stuck between a rock and a hard place. Clarification for you. Yeah, the 6 of Swords. Libra, you've moved yourself to calmer waters. You may not have a very exciting life. You may have a lot to cope with, but there's peace. No one else in your life. No pressure, right? And whatever comes through, whatever is talked about, you're immediately put in the 9 of Wands. It's as if, oh gosh, right? Okay. What I want to say is, Libra, read through what is being offered, as in put your X-ray glasses on, take off any rose-tinted glasses, really look at what they are asking you to accept, which is interesting I put it like that, rather than look at what they're giving you, look at what they're asking you to accept. Okay. Whoever is sat in the Hermit could straight up be a Virgo. They are sat in the Seven of Wands. This is someone who is very nervous approaching you, Libra. It might well be because they know that no matter how wonderful they make this, no matter how they present this to you, the facts are, it may be your time to sacrifice. Or it could be that there's a strong likelihood, Libra, you're simply going to turn around and say, sorry, no, thank you, but no, right? Chariot. Yeah. Whatever this pertains to be, Libra, it could entail a move. If this is a job opportunity, this is someone saying, Libra, it's yours. It's in the bag for you if you want this, but you're going to have to move to a different city, a different state, maybe even a different country. And you're thinking, oh my God, really? Right? If, Libra, this is a family situation and somebody is saying, I'm going to put the house in your name, or so-and-so is giving you their house, there is a very serious condition attached. You would be caregiver, or you would be caretaker, or the property wouldn't actually be yours until this person's passed away, okay? There is a condition attached. There's a little bit of a complicated situation attached that this person isn't going to tell you a lot about. They're going to concentrate, Libra, on how wonderful this would be for you. They're just going to touch on what they know might be a negative slant for you. So be very careful. I don't think this person is being manipulative, but there's definitely a sense that there might be a bit of strategy behind this, okay? Underneath the deck, Libra, we have Justice and the Queen of Coins. Yes, I mean, this could be a very lucrative contract, Libra, but you're going to have to accept something that this person or company may feel you're not comfortable with. It may well be, Libra, that you're hearing from an earth sign, a Virgo, Taurus or Capricorn, and this is someone who wants to try and bring you some kind of justice, but there's something attached to this that they know you're not going to be particularly happy with, all right? And that's the sticking point. That is the sticking point. All right, guys. So, my beautiful Libras, shall we get into this and see what comes through? You're thinking about the Five of Coins and the Knight of Wands. You're either realizing that somebody needs you, somebody's going to feel on their own, somebody needs taking care of, and another person is basically leaving them to it. So this could be someone who is elderly, a member of your family. Maybe this is a great aunt or a great uncle, or this could be your grandparents, or somebody in the family that needs taking care of. I feel somebody's just said, okay, I'm going, I'm leaving. Could be the current caretaker or caregiver. Somebody's just said, I'm off. And I think whoever this is has been scrambling around in the back of their minds thinking, okay, what the hell do we do now? Oh, I know. Okay, let's put this to Libra, but, you know, flower up the fact that this could give them a lot of financial stability, or this could be an amazing opportunity, rather than basically say to Libra, oh my God, we need you, or I need you, or we're in a difficult, sticky situation, we want you to help us out. They're not going to put it that way. Could be a delicate situation. Tell us about the individual or the company who is contacting Libra. Yes, I felt that. Libra, for some reason, they feel you can get them out of a difficult situation. They feel you can pull them out of a difficult situation. Could be a King of Pentacles, could be a Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn, could be an actual Virgo here. We got the Hermit. I think something's happened. Someone's basically left or left them in it, or handed in their notice and just walked out of the office, and they have been thinking about you. They've been thinking of you, Libra. All right. Ooh, all right. There might have been an issue with the Queen of Wands, who basically has headed off and said, all right, sorry, but I'm going now, and landed this person or company in it. Could be an Aries female, the Fool and the Queen of Wands, or the Queen of Wands has done something risky, which has meant that it's caused a lot of burden for the King of Wands, for the King of Pentacles, sorry, right? So this King of Pentacles is stressed because of what the Queen of Wands has done. Now, the Queen of Wands could be somebody's caretaker, caregiver. The Queen of Wands could have had a really good position in a company, but she's just walked out of the office, right? And I feel the King of Pentacles, Libra, is wanting to talk to you very seriously about an opportunity, right? Yeah, because the Queen of Wands has basically left the building. The Queen of Wands has left the King of Pentacles sort of in it. And he doesn't know what to do. And for some reason, Libra, he's thinking of you. Now, this could be your ex-boss. This could be your father. This could be a family dynamic situation. But this King of Pentacles, I think, is sort of being backed into a corner and he's sort of running out of options. I have to be honest, Libra. So even though he may feel that for you, this would give you a lot of maybe financial stability, I do feel this is somehow wrapped up with money, 5 of Pentacles, right? He may know this is far from ideal for you. So in the past, Libra, there was a difficult conversation and it's somehow connected to the situation, right? Whatever went on here, somebody was either a bit manipulative and you were angry, or somebody manifested their wish fulfillment whilst they sort of disregarded you. 3 of Cups. They tried to reunite with you, Libra. They tried to reunite with you, right, and basically say, sorry about that. Libra, even though you forgave this person, you may not have forgotten what they did. Now, why do I feel this individual is now wanting your help in some way? Let's have a look at the Page of Swords. There was a difficult message of truth. Yeah. That with the 9 of Coins, 9 of Pentacles, somebody had run off with maybe the lion's share or a lot of money. And they might have faced Judgment Day. They might have faced Judgment Day. Sag energy there. Oh my word. And the Devil, Capricorn. Somebody was sat in their shadow and they made a judgment call, and it might have related to trying to obtain quite a lot of money. This person might have been obsessed about sitting in the 9 of Pentacles energy. Yeah. Libra, this isn't you, because this is what you gave somebody a difficult message of truth about. You called someone out here. So this wasn't you. You called someone out because you could see what they were doing. This might be a family situation, Libra. This could be somebody who said, for instance, I'm going to move in and take care of Great Aunt Nellie. Great Aunt Nellie left all her money to this person. And this person's now thinking, yeah, but I don't want to take care of Great Aunt Nellie. You know, she's getting a lot older now. Oh, blimey, you know, she's going to be bedridden. It's going to be much more difficult. And this person's basically said to another family member, I'm sorry, but I'm leaving now. Yeah, can't look after Great Aunt Nellie anymore. I'm getting on a plane. And the family are there thinking, oh my God, Great Aunt Nellie's left most of her money to this person, and this person's just taken the money and said, oh, now things are getting difficult. I want to do my own thing now. Sorry, I'm off, right? So she sat in this house, and what the family said to you is, oh, Great Aunt Nellie wants to actually give you her house, making out as if it's a really big deal. And initially the excitement is there. Wow, my goodness, that's valuable property. But what you're realizing is they're in a really sticky situation because another family member has basically dumped them in it, left them in it, right? So they're relying on you to leave your job, to leave your location, to come and look after Great Aunt Nellie in the house. It's that type of situation, right? That's just an example. That's the energy we're looking at. So, Libra, you now know the truth. You know the truth of what they are offering you. I'm actually hearing again what they want you to accept. And you've got a really big decision to make. And it's not going to be easy. What are you thinking about? 5 of Wands. Yeah. Oh, Libra. You may feel very angry that somebody sort of forced you into a corner, or you may feel conflicted, Libra, as to what you should do. As in, if this is some type of family situation, you may be thinking, well, I should help out family. I should be there as a carer if somebody's in trouble or somebody needs me. But Libra, it would mean changing your life to take on that role. You may have other responsibilities. It could be you're a single parent. It could be you've got your own family. It could be you live in another country, right? And you've got pets and you'd have to leave your pets behind, or you'd have to arrange to get them transferred over. And do you really want to leave the country you're in, right? I mean, there's a lot to consider here. So you're thinking about the 5 of Wands, the Strength card. Yeah, Libra, you're conflicted. You may be thinking about somebody's health. You may be thinking about a Leo for some of you. You don't know, Libra, whether or not you should hold back and basically say, I'm sorry. I know you think for me this is a great opportunity, maybe financially, and I want to be there to help out, or thank you so much for this, but I'm sorry I can't do that. You may feel, though, Libra, if you say that, there's going to be a bit of an uproar. But Libra, we've offered you this. But Libra, this is a beautiful house. But Libra, they're going to put your name on this property. Yes, but, thinks Libra, I have my own peaceful life with my own responsibilities. This isn't an opportunity for me. This is actually going to be a headache. And what's more, Libra, you may quietly think to yourself, and they know it, right? You're not stupid, Libra. What are you thinking about? Yeah, this is a family situation, Libra. This is not about a job, guys. This is a family situation. Somebody here needs your help, but because another family member may have betrayed you in the past, Libra, I think you've detached and you've headed off and you're living your own life. Someone else in the family is basically saying, because of what this person did, they need your help now, Libra. And you may be furious. You may be thinking, well, It's not my fault that this other family member was deceptive or this other family ran off with all the money. It's not my fault. But Libra, you may feel obligated because somebody's left in it that you do care about, you know? That you do care about. Yeah. Libra, you're looking at your money. You're thinking about a family situation. You're wondering whether or not you should work on this. You're conflicted. You may have a very successful career. This might mean you'd have to give up your 9-to-5, or this may mean you'd have to transfer a business to another area of the world. I mean, this is a really big deal. So guys, in the immediate future, 3 of Swords and the Hermit. Now, whoever is giving you this information, portraying this as a wonderful opportunity, is actually thinking, oh my God, what am I going to do? Because basically somebody's left them in it. Somebody that they relied on, somebody that they could have been very generous with has left them in it. So they're stuck. This is someone who's done a lot of soul searching. And what they have thought that they could do was to present this to you as a wonderful gift or opportunity, or to talk to you and say to you, how amazing would this be, Libra, for your future stability, right? They are underplaying the fact that they're very stressed because they know that actually this would be a bit of a nightmare for you. They're underplaying it. You see right through this, but you care about this person, or you care about your family, right? Could be extended family. You're sitting there heartbroken thinking, God, I don't know what to do. Part of me feels that if somebody here was manipulative in the family, you want to stay well away from this. It might have affected you and your stability, Libra, back then. And what you're thinking about is, okay, this person was deceptive in the past. They've left my family in it, or even grandparents. My parents now are coming to me to say, yeah, sorry, the other family member was a bit deceptive, but we're in a difficult situation now, Libra, and we need your help. You may be feeling heartbroken because part of you may feel, Libra, you have to say yes. You're obligated to say, of course, your family, right? But the other half of you knows that this would be a massive life change and not particularly what you want to do going forward. So Archangel Michael, when do we have the 3 of Swords and the Hermit for Libra? Thank you, Michael. September. I'm hearing the 4th and 5th of September is going to be relevant. Michael's now showing me the 6th, the 12th of September. Okay. The first 2 or 3 weeks of September. Let's have a look at the Hermit. This is someone who has been quietly thinking about the situation, ruminating about this, possibly talking to another family member. What the hell are we going to do now? Because somebody's left us in it. We need Libra's help. But we don't know whether or not Libra is going to say yes. There might have been family arguments and squabbles in the past, Libra. Somebody may have done something to deceive you or upset you in the family. And, you know, you may be sitting there thinking, well, why the hell should I help this person out or these people out? I don't know. What is the Hermit thinking about? Okay. The Hermit's thinking about the Empress. So there could be an older woman here who needs help, needs caring. What else is this person thinking about? The Sun. Okay, there's been enlightenment about an Empress, enlightenment about an older woman, or enlightenment about a mother. Okay. Yeah, and I think there's been a difficult message of truth that led to anger. I think, Libra, someone has dumped this Hermit character in it And this hermit has been thinking, what the hell can we do now? Okay, we need to sort of contact Libra, but we can't just say to Libra, we want you to do this, because we know that it will be a nightmare for Libra. So we've got to present this as if it's an amazing opportunity. That's what's happening here. What was the issue? Tell us more about the Empress. Okay, the Empress is the Queen of Cups. So there might have been a major problem with an older woman who's a Pisces, Cancer or Scorpio. Wow. And with the Nine of Cups, someone here was overindulgent. Somebody here was overindulgent. And there was a Tower moment. Okay. You know what, Libra? The energy coming through makes me feel as if a family member promised to do something, was rewarded financially, and basically they've now decided to leave the building. They've dropped this hermit in it. And this hermit is thinking, what the hell do we do now, right? Who is going to look after Great Aunt Nellie now? This family member looked after Great Aunt Nellie for a certain period of time, enough time for Great Aunt Nellie to sign over most of her fortune to that family member, but she doesn't really want to stay in the house and take care of her anymore. We can't do it, so we have to get Libra to do it. This is strategy, Libra. This could be a very delicate situation. You're going to have to do some thinking, because you will feel torn, obligated to do right by your family, despite maybe how you were treated in the past. This would be you having to lean heavily on your compassion. It may be, Libra, that if you were mistreated in the past, you might feel you've got every right to turn around to this person and say, look, I care about you, but because of issues in the family in the past, where I was left out in the cold, or I was abandoned, or I was mistreated, you can't ask me to do that. The answer is no. This is heartbreaking for you, but what you're realizing is this hermit character has had a Tower moment. There may also be an Empress in the mix. Okay. Death card. Somebody wants to transform the Tower. Well, this hermit wants to transform the Tower. Now, there could have been a shock relating to a Scorpio here. Death card, Tower. Right? Both representing Scorpio. There could be an Aries in the mix. What is needed here as far as you're concerned, Libra? The Four of Cups. As far as you're concerned, Libra, what's needed here is for this individual or this family group to understand that because of issues in the past, you do not feel it's fair for them to put this on you. You don't think it's fair that they put this on you. You don't want this. What's needed is for them to see your perspective, right? Yeah. You're sitting there very confused, thinking, I can't believe they're actually asking me to do that. I know exactly what they're doing. They're banging on about this lovely 4-bedroom house and it's going to be in your name. And isn't that wonderful, Libra? What you're thinking about is, yeah, but I'm going to have to leave my business behind. I'm going to have to move to another country or another state. I'm going to have to give up my 9 to 5. I'm going to have to take care of Great Aunt Nellie. And, you know, for the next 10 years, I mean, I'm not going to have any life. And if you were mistreated by family members in the past, Libra, you may be thinking, well, I'm sorry, but they made their bed. They got a lie in it. You're sitting there a little bit confused as to why they feel that you would say yes. Unless they think you're a pushover, Libra, but most Libras aren't. You're highly intelligent, right? The High Priestess. Libra, you're using your intuition. You know exactly what's going on here. And you're very disappointed that after I feel being left out in the cold, 5 of Pentacles in the past, and having issues with someone here who was greedy in the family, you're left sort of carrying the baby. You may feel angry. You may feel angry, Libra. This is you not saying anything to this person on the phone. Or if this is an email, then you're going to read through this email, see through it, and you may want to take a few days to think about how to respond. Yeah, because you see straight through to the truth. You're slicing through to the truth, Libra. You know what's going on here. They are stuck. Somebody else has left them in it. Another family member has left them in it. Run off, I feel, with some money here without taking care of their responsibilities. And you're the only option, Libra. You're the only option. What are you thinking about here, Libra? 6 of Cups. You're thinking about the past. You may be thinking about a family argument or a squabble or somebody in the family that wasn't to be trusted. You're thinking about the past. And you're thinking about a property. Okay? All right. What else is going through your mind? The Ace of Coins, moving, uprooting and moving. Yeah. Yeah. On the one hand, Libra, if I can speak, you may be thinking, yes, it will give me some form of major stability in my life. It may well be, Libra, that what you're also thinking of in the nicest sense, and I'm trying to be delicate here, people, if we are looking at you needing to take care of someone who's very old, very sick, they may not be in this world for that much longer. So Libra, we're not looking at you spending the next 30, 40 years of your life taking care of someone. It may well be this is 10 years, but it may be a very significant 10 years of your life. What else are you considering? The 4 of Swords. You need some time, Libra. You need some time to think about this. Okay. What is the energy between Libra and the Hermit, who is hoping to transform a Tower moment? Because I think they're very defensive at the moment because somebody's just left them in it with the Chariot. What's the energy between you and the Hermit? The 8 of Wands, yeah, this is communication, Libra. This is a lot of communication. I think deep down they know it's 50-50. They may also feel, Libra, deep down you've got every right to say no because there may have been a massive problem in the family and you may have disconnected, left them to it, right? Because you were very disappointed or they left you out in the cold. They now want your help, Libra. They're leaning on your compassion. But this is going to cause a lot of upheaval in your life. What you're hoping, Libra, is to try and see the bigger picture, to take a massive step back and think, okay, if I have to take care of a family member for, say, the next 10 years, I will feel really good that I've done that. I will feel as if I was there for them when they needed me. But you may also be thinking, I would have to sacrifice something that I care about, which is your lifestyle, your job, the location you live in, to do this. I would have to sacrifice. The final card, Libra, is the 7 of Pentacles. You're looking at your money, your savings. You could be thinking, well, this would help me a huge amount financially. This would bump up my money for the future. I'd have a property, right? Worth quite a lot. It may be, Libra, that with the 7 of Pentacles, you're looking at the past, thinking that there were issues in the past with a family member. I think this family member got away with quite a lot. Whoever this family member is has left the Hermit in it in a really difficult situation and they need your help. It might be a challenge, Libra, because you may be thinking back, feeling angry, about what happened. But I feel the divine is trying to get you to see that it wasn't the hermit that betrayed you, it was another family member. This family member has left the hermit in a really challenging situation with no one to help, and this hermit needs your help. So for instance, Libra, your brother or sister could have deceived you financially to do with family money, but your dad is asking you to take care of an elderly aunt, right? Could be something like that. Guys, this feels very specific. Let's have a look and see what you're going to do, how you're feeling. Not surprised, Libra, sleepless nights. Sleepless nights. I mean, this is a huge life change. Because I get the feeling here, Libra, the great Aunt Nellie doesn't just live down the road. She lives in another city, another state, another country. You'd have to shift your life in order to help out the hermit. What are you going to say to the hermit? The Page of Coins. You may talk to the hermit about a contract. You may talk to the hermit about a child. You may talk to the hermit about a very small amount of money. Libra, you may say to this individual, I feel this is a masculine, I don't know why. You may say to this individual, look, olive branch, I forgive what happened in the past. I do forgive this family member who was linked to you, part of our family, but I'm sorry, I think you're asking me to accept too difficult of a situation. You can't ask me to do this because I was left out in the cold in the past. When I needed help, you weren't there, or I was deceived by a family member. Now you want my help, or this family member needs my help to cover for them. Why should I do that? So Libra, this is you standing in your truth, being open and honest. I actually get the impression here, Libra, that you may well say no. You may well say no. I'm sorry, but no. Three of Wands. Because Libra, you've already embraced a beautiful life. You might have had ambitions. You may have had great plans in the future. And it would mean putting all of that on the back burner or never being able to fulfill a dream. If this family dynamic had supported you and loved you and respected you in the past, I think you would have sacrificed and done this. I think you would, Libra. But because of the way you were treated, because of the situation they left you in, I'm really getting that strongly here with the devil, right? You may be looking at this family dynamic thinking, why the hell should I? But it may be difficult, Libra, because you're very compassionate. You're a lovely person, right? Or you're a great group of people. You believe in justice and balance, but Libra, this is too much. The world. Because you may have to move to another country in order to do this. And it's too much. It's too much, Libra. Yeah, King of Swords. What you're realizing is this person's in a difficult situation, but they could have dug themselves their own grave in the nicest sense. They're now trying to be strategic because they need your help. But what you're thinking about is, well, it shouldn't be up to me to do this. I don't know, Libra, maybe there's no one else. But you may shockingly turn around to this person and say, look, I am sorry. You may feel it's my obligation. You may feel that I should do this. But I'm sorry, you may say to this family member, I don't feel close to this family anymore because of what happened in the past. Why should I bend over backwards and sacrifice my life to help you now? But Libra, my goodness, guys, this would be a very difficult situation, because you may be sitting there, you know, living your day-to-day life, having said no, and feel really, really guilty. Because it wasn't the hermit that betrayed you, it was another family member. But you may have psychologically sort of bundled all your family together and thought, yeah, no, they weren't there. They weren't there when I needed them. They weren't there to support. They pushed me out. And now they want my help, right? But there may be a sense of guilt. What is this person going to say to you? Libra, I think what you're saying is, olive branch, I'm sorry, but this is done. I'm sorry that this family member who you trusted deceived you, but you didn't help me when I needed help. You turned your back on me. So, yeah, Libra. Three of Pentacles, you're going to soften the blow by saying to this hermit character, if you need my help with anything else, if you need me to collaborate with anyone to help in the situation, I will do, but you cannot ask me to do this. You can't ask me to sacrifice my life or a major part of my life because another family member let you down and got away with, I think, a lot of overindulgence. You can't ask me to do that. You may talk to this person about money. You may say to them, perhaps you can get someone external in to help you in the situation. If this is a great aunt or a grandparent or something, you may say, well, you know, what about daycare or Meals on Wheels or something like that? You know, I'm happy to contribute financially towards this. But yes, Libra, I'm sorry, you're going to hold back. Four of Pentacles is, I don't have a lot of money. I can help you a little bit. I'll do what I can. But you're going to hold back, Libra. You may feel you're justified to do that. What is this person going to do? What is this hermit going to do? Two of Pentacles. They're going to try and figure something else out. They're going to try and figure something else out. They may talk to a Sagittarian and say to a Sagittarian, we need your help. Or if this was the person that was deceptive in the past, Judgment, Queen of Wands, then this hermit may go back to this Queen of Wands and say, basically, you've landed us in it. We're very unhappy about this. And we've spoken to Libra. I'm sorry, they're not prepared to change their life in order to help us out here. You're the one that should be doing it because you're the one that was given so much in the past, right? For instance, you're the one that Great Aunt Nellie or whoever this is gave most of her money to. So I'm sorry, you can't dump us in it. You're going to have to change your plans. You were given a lot of financial stability by the family, and so you can't just leave. It might be awkward, but Libra, you are standing your ground. What else is this hermit going to do? Six of Wands. I think this hermit is going to talk to the Queen of Wands and say to the Queen of Wands, I think this is about you somehow wanting to win in the family, somehow wanting to get one over on Libra. This is not about caring for family. This is about this Queen of Wands almost wanting to sit in a vengeful energy for whatever reason. It could be jealousy, could be envy. And Libra, you may know this. You may feel that this Queen of Wands has dumped this Hermit character in it, knowing that it will put a huge amount of strain and pressure on you. You may feel she's doing this on purpose. What is the advice of the divine? What is the advice, Archangel Michael, from the divine? The Wheel of Destiny. This was all meant to happen this way, Libra. This was all meant to happen this way, in the way that it has. What is the advice for the Hermit? Yes, the advice for the Hermit is Two of Swords. Libra, you're going to say no because of how you were treated in the past. What is the advice of the Queen of Wands who's walked away? The Eight of Swords. Think about what you're doing here. The divine wants the Queen of Wands to think about what she's really doing. The advice for the Hermit is Libra's going to say no. Libra's going to say, sorry, but you've made your bed. Or because I was shut out in the family, I don't feel as if I should help to that extent, because this Hermit asking you to sacrifice. Okay, Libra. I think your advice from the divine is this was all meant to happen this way. You may look back, Libra, and think, I should have sacrificed. But I don't think the divine is asking you to do that because you had to sacrifice in the past. They left you in a difficult situation in the past. I think judgment is going to be called on the Queen of Wands because she's the one that's caused this situation. So guys, a very intense reading, quite a specific reading. Do let me know if you feel that this might be your story. All right, guys, take care of you. And of course, I'll be back before you know it with your next set of readings. See you soon, Libra. Bye now.